The game begins with Link sleeping cliche. Disturbing noises coming from Link. Already 2 minutes into the game and Nintendo decides to give us a spoiler. An old talking tree happens to take care of children. Doesn't that seem a bit suspicious? Congrats, Great Deku Tree, you just gave Link one of the most annoying sidekicks in video game history. Nintendo trolls us into thinking that we can control Navi to fly. Was there any reason for Navi to have to fly underneath his legs? And here in our Kokiri Forest tour, everyone, we can see a Kokiri humping a rock. Remind me what rating this game was given again? Navi is a dick for entering Link's house without permission. Link doesn't have a door for his house because he's broke as hell. Why does it look like Link is sucking his thumb? Isn't he like 9 years old in the events of this game? Middo doesn't allow Link to pass because he doesn't have a sword and shield despite neither anyone else in the forest having them. Hey, we sell shields but not swords. Why is this sword considered to be rare? It's just your average small sword with a wooden handle and a blade made of steel. If the Kokiri wanted no one to have access to this sword, then why would you put a sign near the entrance clearly stating, "Hey, let's go through this small hole"? Welcome to the Forest Training Center. You can only train here with the one sword that is found in this forest. Am I the only one who thinks he's about to eat Link? Nintendo's first attempt at a jump scare in a 3D Zelda game. Why is there a sewer system inside the Great Deku Tree? Other than the monsters, it's not like anyone else is living inside him, right? Giant crawling spider doesn't look like a spider at all. So you're telling me that the 3 golden goddesses are assholes for creating the Triforce and leaving mankind to screw themselves over for it for many years? If you were going to die despite Link killing Queen Goma, couldn't you just have given Link the spiritual stone in the first place? I'm adding 2 sins for the Great Deku Tree wasting Link's time and risking his life for no reason at all. The Great Deku Tree becomes constipated. Despite not knowing what just happened, Mito decides to ignorantly blame Link for the Great Deku Tree's death. Link gets friend-zoned by his best friend Saria. Link doesn't say anything to Saria and runs away like an asshole despite receiving an ocarina from her as a gift. Also, if the Great Deku Tree doesn't want any of the Kokiri escaping the forest in fear of death, then couldn't he just have this bridge cut down? This talking owl, who shows up in Hyrule Field, manages to screw up the player to make them repeat the dialogue. A random giant P-hat decides to abuse Link, because rolling in this game is obviously faster than running. Nintendo trolls the player by not giving them enough time to reach the castle gate, unless you run backwards. How did these rupees ever get on top of the castle gate? It's not like someone left them there and thought, "Hey, some kid who's going on a big adventure will need them. I better put him right here." This guard should lose his job for wanting Hyrule to be in chaos. This lady should also be fired for slipping on the job. 2 couples are making out in front of everyone in Castletown. Might I remind you, there are kids running around. Also, this NPC right here doesn't even look like a man, even though they're straight couples. Another store that sells shields but doesn't sell swords. Don't get me wrong, it is pretty cool receiving a sword from a chest and that's how it should be, but you can't expect to be making a lot of money when you sell shields without swords. That's like selling foods but no drinks. This guy again. A Hylian guard who protects the gate to the entrance of the castle risks the future and kingdom of Hyrule for a mere 10 rupees. He also doesn't notice Link climbing up the vines. But I'm gonna take away a sin, just because of the Zelda 1 quote reference. Either these guards get paid absolute crap for them not to notice Link, or they just really hate the King of Hyrule. What are the chances that Talon's crates would be the only way to get into the castle? Also, the castle never takes in their milk shipment from Talon. It just sits here for the rest of the game. The guards are so oblivious that they don't even notice Link shuffling past them. Would it not be better if these guards just stood still? Like seriously, there's no reason to move around if you have more than one guard. So just have the first guard face the entrance of the small area, and the other guard facing the end, that way no one gets through. These guards right here are given a station where it's impossible for Link to pass by, but this only happens during the nighttime. Hey, I have an idea. Let's just kick this intruder outside of the castle courtyard instead of putting him back at the castle entrance. That's a smart thing to do, right? You would think that the most important room, which has Princess Zelda in it, would contain guards to protect her, but no. Let's just leave her all alone. A guard from another room notices there's a kid with the princess, but doesn't bother to do anything other than just throw a bomb at him. Hey, I know we just met a minute ago, but let me tell you a huge secret about the most sacred relic in all of Hyrule, even though I was given specific orders not to tell anyone about it. Also, let me just add that Ganondorf completely heard of everything she just said. Supposedly, these two high-ranked elite guards also don't notice Link is with the princess. Whoa, where the hell did she come from? Impa states that the guards will come after Link, despite the fact that a soldier saw him earlier and did nothing. Hey kid, I just met you. But I believe in Zelda's dream even though she is merely a young child with a vivid imagination. So let me teach you a forbidden sacred song of the royal family that has magical powers. This minigame operator is apparently scamming Link, because he can't see what's inside the chest, unless he has the Lens of Truth, which is obtained way later in the game. Link is taught Epona's song by Milan, and yet he can't even ride Epona. Epona is a dick to Link. Link is somehow faster than this horse by just rolling or running backwards. Epona's song somehow magically lets Link talk to cows. The fact that Talon offers Link a chance at marrying his daughter Milan is actually pretty funny. I'm going to take away a sin just because of that. But then he decides he's just trolling Link. Why is it that Epona is the only horse not seen in the stalls at night? She's not even seen outside at nighttime. So my only guess is she sleeping inside the house with Milan? Milan's dad says he's going to sleep and to come back when it's daylight, even though the sun is about to rise. No wonder he's considered a lazy worker. It's been a day or two since the Great Decatree's death, and the Kokiri don't even know that he's dead yet. Why is it that this little goat Skulltula takes away one whole heart, when a Skulltula much bigger only takes away half a heart? Link has never been to the Lost Woods before because he didn't have a fairy at the time, so how is he supposed to know where the usual spot is? This guy again. A secret forest passage that restricts most pass-byers happens to be guarded by some of the weakest enemies in the game. Seriously? How can you consider these guys to be business scrubs if they just decide to shoot at their customers? An irresponsible mother doesn't find it suspicious at all that her son is playing in the graveyard. My condolences to all the kids that played this game back in the day. You know, after all the digging this kid has done, I'm surprised he hasn't fallen into a hole with 3 deads in it. This kid is obsessed with the paranormal, but doesn't give a shit that a grave just randomly exploded. This guy just decides to hide from his job, which is to help build a new building in Kakariko Village. So, another guy that needs to be fired. Why on earth is there a cow just sitting in this guy's house? This guy does nothing and sits on a roof all day looking at the sky. Hey, let's waste our tax dollars on building a minigame shop. That'll totally get people pouring into our village, right? The guard at Kakariko Village is an asshole to Link because he didn't give him the Keaton mask for his son. That's a nice way for the Gorons to introduce outsiders to their home. How the hell do you consider this a city? Post-traumatic stress disorder? These are called the Goron bracelets, and yet they coincidentally happen to be the right size to fit on Link's wrist rather than a Goron's. The average bomb weighs around 5 pounds, so you're telling me that Link, an 8-year-old boy, needs a pair of magical bracelets to pick up 5-pound bombs? He doesn't even need these bracelets during Majora's Mask to pick up a bomb flower, and he's about the same age in that game. Why is this Goron so big compared to the others? Is he on steroids or something? Despite Daronia being the leader of the Gorons, he doesn't do anything to save his people from starvation, and is so naive to let a boy much smaller than him infiltrate Dodongo's cavern. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I just want to say that this new series is inspired by CinemaSins, and I wanted to see how it would work with Nintendo games. So if you guys want me to sin a game, then just comment right below. Also be sure to join my Discord server and follow me on Instagram and Twitter down below in the description for updates on various videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.